So there have been channels on YouTube that I've wanted to talk about for the past few weeks, and I think it's finally time to talk about them, because recently, there have been a lot of these AI slap channels roaming around YouTube and making money of soulless content. Their videos are cringe, hard to watch, and it's still the hard work of people working on the shows that they're talking about. So before I call them out, please subscribe, as we're less than 3,000 subscribers away from 20,000, and if you want to support me more, you can join membership. So, what channels am I talking about? Well, channels that make videos like this, Gumball's Scariest Episode, or Every Time Rick Deserved to Go to Jail. These channels are supposed to look like high quality cartoon commentary videos, but they're not. Now, I'm not the first to talk about these kinds of channels. As I remember back around September, there was a whole controversy surrounding these channels with people like Alice Monk and Slush making videos on them. Cause back then, these channels were on the rise, but ever since then, a lot of these channels have died down, likely due to competition, because all these channels make the exact same videos. However, there have been some channels that have managed to survive, and are still active and still growing to this day, and there have even been some new channels that have spawned in since the controversy. For example, here's a channel that posted a 45-minute video about every deleted scene from SpongeBob 4 months ago, and it has over 1 million views. However, all that's happening is that this guy's just recapping episodes, which have nothing to do with deleted scenes. Like, just talk about deleted scene and move on to the next one. They also put these painfully corny jokes to make it seem like it's actually a human trying to connect with its audience by making them laugh, but they're just painful to listen to.
Gary, are you sure you don't want some creme brulee? Or some chocolate-flavored algae bits?
We've got the next competitive eater on our hands. Joey Chestnut, you met your match, brother.
Or how about this video? Talk about how long Invincible's prison sentence would be. However, it's the same thing. Though to be fair, the repackaging is not as bad, as an average SpongeBob episode is only around 11 minutes, while an average Invincible episode is around 40 to 50 minutes, making it much harder to repackage. But still, bad video, because based on the way the video is edited, you can easily retire this to times when Invincible deserved to go to jail and nothing would change.
After binge watching every bone-crushing and blood-splattering episode of Invincible,
Yeah, I doubt it, since this channel is most likely run by a company, and you are just saying that to make it seem like you're a single human. Also, despite these thumbnails looking super similar, they're actually from 2 different channels. Like, most of these thumbnails are like making the characters look like this weird shade texture, or adding some of the most cursed things like this, or making the same thumbnail just with a different character in town, or make thumbnails look really violent for absolutely no reason except for shock value, or do those annoying thumbnails that the commentary community likes doing for some reason with this whole Saints and Sinners thing. Although to be fair, I don't think it's as bad because these are cartoon characters and not real people, but still, you already get the idea of what these kinds of thumbnails are. Also, one of the channels has a thumbnail that looks like this. Like, seriously, this is the second time I've seen a thumbnail like this. Like, how is this even allowed? Now, not every thumbnail is designed like this. For example, the channel called Flynn Theory makes Simpson content with thumbnails looking pretty simple. Black and white background with the characters in color. And maybe it's just me, but based on the way the thumbnails look, like these thumbnails, it makes it look like it's going to be some serious documentary about something happening in The Simpsons. Which it doesn't help that the videos are exceeded over 30 minutes, which is how long most documentaries are. But then I click on the video and it's this.
These are 10 times Bart deserved to go to jail. Bart gets lost in the woods and the whole town searches for him. John Boy begins when Bart and Homer were driving around so Homer wouldn't leave a Fuller tank.
Like, this video is just some happy tone when the thumbnail does not even reflect that. There's also Sweaty Clam, who makes these thumbnails, just simple as that. They actually managed to get over 100,000 subscribers from doing these kinds of videos, and at least around a dozen videos with over 1 million views. And even still, they get around a few hundred views per video. I actually wanted to mention them because they're one of the most successful channels to do this kind of stuff. And it's not just the thumbnails. All these videos have this high quality editing style, but also super soulless, similar to Sunny V2, which off talk, but I've just noticed he has not uploaded like in a few months. Like, what happened and where did he go? Now, it's clear that most of these channels are likely owned by a content factory or corporation, based on the fact that they can just somehow edit super well while making their first video, and the fact that the voiceover they're using is literally an AI. If I were to best describe these channels, imagine state bars, but they make commentary content form videos like Pexo or Ryan Pictures, and the content they'll talk about are cartoons. That's probably the best description I can give to these channels. And while people have called them out before, I doubt YouTube's gonna do anything about it. Which sucks because these channels get lots of views and subscribers from basically stealing episodes from hardworking creators. Like, these videos have little substance and it's just a soulless cash grab and trying to make it seem like they're a human being. If there's anything you could do about it though, spread the word that these channels are still out there that making these kind of content. And hopefully, it can do something to stop these channels. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys later.